Right now we have a chance to share with you photos that were uploaded to our website, theweathernetwork.com, and this theme, lightning. Remember Wednesday in southern Ontario when we had the widespread watches and warnings in place for, so if you were safe and able to check it out, it was really quite spectacular. Stay tuned for your locals. Already thousands of flights have been canceled along the eastern seaboard because of Hurricane Irene. More details on that in a moment, but first, earlier today Environment Canada confirmed another tornado touched down in southern Ontario back on Wednesday evening. F1, this one just northeast of London in and around Nairn, Ontario. Now as we look at Irene here, you can see it's starting to move an inch closer along the eastern seaboard towards North Carolina. It's a Category 2, and in terms of the width, to get a perspective of it, it's like traveling from Winnipeg all the way to Thunder Bay. It's huge. Now, overnight, it's supposed to transition into a Category 1 and make landfall into North Carolina and then start to ride along the eastern seaboard, moving in through parts of southern Quebec and in through Atlantic Canada too. So be prepared for the worst in through the Maritimes. Have the extra gas in the car, have the food, the water to be prepared for lots of rain, windy conditions as well as we head into Sunday, overnight to Monday. Coming up after your local forecast, we have a lot to talk about. It's Friday, so we have your weekend forecast. We will also, of course, talk about one of our top international stories, Hurricane Irene. States of emergencies have already been declared in through North Carolina, if you can imagine that. On Friday, it was around Florida. They were dealing with very windy conditions. It was surfer's paradise, but not a good idea to be out there. Through Tuesday, we're looking at gusty winds moving in through Atlantic Canada. Those details coming ahead. Sort of good news is about Irene is that it has started to weaken. It's currently a Category 2, but you can see here with the cloud top covers, the eye of the storm just swirling about in through North Carolina. Wind gusts right now are sustained at about 80 kilometers an hour. That's sustained. That's not even gusts. What we see here in the current track, and this could change, it's currently a Category 2 through the overnight. It could transition into a Category 1 while it makes landfall by tomorrow in through North Carolina and then push towards New York and all along the eastern seaboard into Atlantic Canada. And it's for us in through the eastern townships in Atlantic Canada where we could be seeing lots of rain and very windy conditions as well. Now, how about this? Back on Wednesday, we had all those big storms in through southern Ontario and another confirmed tornado of the night, the second confirmed F1 tornado, this one just northwest of London, Ontario. And it was a wicked light show in through London and lots of damage, of course, which warranted that other tornado. Today we are seeing some thunderstorms with a cold front in through northern Ontario around Timmins and Kapuskasing. Could see a little bit of hail with this, and the recent lightning strikes are indicated in white. Mainly this front is non-severe in nature, but there's that cold front swinging through southern Ontario towards Toronto and through cottage country. Saturday is looking really nice. Could see a little bit of cloud cover in through cottage country because of that front pushing through, but otherwise it looks nice. So Irene on Sunday does impact us in through parts of Ontario around Kingston and Ottawa. Notice we could see some cloud cover, and for Toronto towards parts of the greater Toronto region, what Irene could mean for us is that we see very windy conditions, winds sustained at about 30 kilometers an hour from the north. This evening, Thunder Bay, 24 degrees. Saturday afternoon, 25 degrees. Lots of sunshine there across southern Ontario. Temperatures are above seasonal. We'll see humidex values. And looking to the east, Saturday is when the Maritimes are going to enjoy a little bit of a break. But then as we head into Sunday, that's when Hurricane Irene is looking to impact us and even through parts of southern Quebec. But we'll have our Irene coverage here on the Weather Network during the weekend, so tune in. We'll follow its every move. Newfoundland could be impacted as we head into Monday. Winds could gust close to 100 kilometers an hour. Stay tuned. On Saturday, southern Ontario, the humid day this week and through your long-range forecast, feeling like 33 in Toronto, 30 in through Ottawa. And there's Irene impacting the eastern seaboard. Towards the west, looking pretty fair this weekend. On our Sunday, Vancouver, daytime high around 23 degrees. We're seeing the sunshine. On Sunday, this is when in through Manitoba, the province is really seeing some active weather in the south and towards the north as well. Sunday, cooler conditions in through Ottawa. We'll see a high of 22 22 degrees, but we're seeing the sunshine. And then Irene starts to impact us through Atlantic Canada. We're looking pretty safe in through southern Ontario. That high is keeping Irene towards the east, but around Ottawa and Kingston, we could be seeing some cloud cover showers too, but towards the eastern townships and then, of course, in through the Maritimes, it's a big story for us there. On Monday, it starts to push towards Newfoundland, and as we head into our Tuesday, things really calm down in the east. Irene is offshore. Cooler conditions, though, in the west by Tuesday. What's happening now? Well, we're counting down to your local forecasts. They start in less than 51 seconds from right now. But first, we're looking at a few select cities here as we head into the weekend. Montreal Saturday and particularly Sunday, we're seeing some unsettled conditions in through Atlantic Canada. Hurricane Irene is expected to impact us Sunday into our Monday. More details on that coming up on the program. Toronto, 26 degrees on Saturday, feeling like 33. On Sunday, 24, but no humidex values. In through Ottawa, we're going to see some cloud cover for your Sunday, windy weather as well. And as we head towards the prairies, Regina and Saskatoon, it looks like Saturday's when you see the rain, but towards Winnipeg, Sunday is your worst day this weekend. If you're trying to plan outdoor activities, it's going to be soggy. Towards the west, nice stretch of dry weather in through Vancouver. 25 degrees is your daytime high Saturday. Stay tuned. In the United States, Hurricane Irene is a huge story. States of emergencies have been declared along the eastern seaboard. Many towns have been evacuated. President Barack Obama had mentioned that people really need to take these evacuation orders very seriously. Now, here's a statement from the Federal Emergency Management Agency on how they're prepared for the worst. Now, Hurricane Irene is bringing very gusty winds already to North Carolina, winds sustained at 80 kilometers an hour, and that's sustained. It's currently a Category 2, so it has weakened from a Category 3, and it should make landfall on this current track as a Category 1 into tomorrow in through North Carolina, push along the eastern seaboard in through Atlantic Canada. So in Atlantic Canada, we can be prepared in through the Maritimes and in through parts of Newfoundland by having those batteries stocked, a full tank of gas, because Hurricane Irene will be a story for us Sunday into our Monday, and we could be prepared for lots of rain, and that could cause some flooding and very windy conditions. Wind gusts to 100 kilometers an hour, so that could cause some downed trees and power outages. So there's Irene pushing through on Sunday. More details on this top story after your local forecast.